I thought you could go horizontal now on lives. What's going on? What's going on? Why won't it do that? How strange. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Welcome to the live. What background can we do? What can we put on? What's that one? There's me. Let me just mess about for a little bit first while people are. You always wait a few minutes before people go on the live. So I'm just. There's the dog. Let's put the dog on there. Look. There's our Jeffy. Put his little face on there. Yeah, I hope we're all well. I hope we're doing well. And I hope people are keeping okay and keeping well. The washing machine is now fitted. For many of you that have been keeping up with the saga, the continuing saga of the washing machine and the cooker, the washing machine is now fitted. It is now done, finally. And I've just put it on a short wash before to make sure that there's no leaks or anything like that. But no, it's all in. So the plumber came out this morning and changed the fitting on the pipe and put a new cold water valve on there because the last one had seized, and that's why they couldn't fit it. So that is all done. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on various platforms, various areas of social media about meditation and about there's been a lot of people that are starting to now connect to meditation, which is amazing to see. It really, really is. But it also opens a lot of questions as well. People often question, well, why has this happened? Why has that happened? Why am I getting sort of... Sometimes you see a lot of colours in meditation. Sometimes you see faces. Sometimes you just have feelings and experiences and you sense things and you become more receptive, more sensitive to your own energy and the energy of others that are around you. And it also has a thing known as the Maharishi effect. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically when you get a lot of people together that meditate, it has an effect on the populace around there. So when Tibetan monks meditate en masse, when there's a lot of them, crime rate reduces. So that's the Maharishi effect. And I just saw a post this morning about it actually, and I thought, that'd be a good one just to sort of like discuss and talk about meditation a little bit. And why does it have that effect on so many people? Because we're all magnets, we're all energy receivers and givers. And when we learn to calm the mind, when we learn to calm our energy, that becomes addictive for a lot of people. It really does. And you normally have a sense of ease with people that have a calm personality. You normally have a sense of ease around them. Whereas if people are quite anxious or uptight or angry, you don't tend to want to be around them for very long unless you're in the same vibrational frequency as them. Then you kind of you cling together like glue. You're like thick as thieves kind of thing, that expression. So it's the energetic signature that we all are. And when we start to feel that sense of ease, it actually, what's happening with you, what's happening with your energy is you're expanding your energy. So if you think of say like a fist, so you think of a fist. So if you think of this as you, and you're holding on to all this stuff, you're holding on to all this worry, this fear, this aggression, all this other stuff that might be going on in your life. So You're holding it on so tightly, and everything, all your energy internally, your systems, your muscles, your emotions, it all becomes, yes, telekinesis is real. It all becomes an aspect of you. You become so locked in that identity of just like, "Urgh." When you start to release it, you're like, oh, you start to actually let go. So as you start to let go, as you start to surrender, which is what we talk a lot about on the channel, as you start to let go and as you start to surrender, you start to let go of the tension in your body. You start to let go of the tension within the mind. Your energy starts to flow easier. And then what starts to happen is your energy flow easier. Your energy is actually expanding into the energetic field that is around you. Sometimes that's how telekinesis happens. And as your energy expands around you, your aura goes out. You know, if you've got a lot of illness, if you've got a lot of stuff going on, if you're in this trapped state within, then your aura is going to be quite trapped as well. It's going to be within you. When you start to release and expand your awareness, when you're using mindfulness, when you're using meditation, whether you're doing self-healing practices, whatever it might be, as everything starts to release and soften, then so do you, and your energy is expanding, and it expands into your aura. And that's usually when people say, if you've got a high vibration, then a lot of people kind of stare at you because there's something about you. They don't know what it is, but people will just automatically stare at you, or people will automatically feel at ease with you to want to talk to you about their life, about things that might be going on in their life, because you have a softness within your energy, you have an acceptance, you have a level of surrender. So that is what's happening. So when we're going into that meditation, that meditative state, then you are expanding your consciousness. And again, that is another reason why when you do go into meditation, that you become more aware of things that either haven't happened yet, or you just have a feeling or a sense about something. So you become more sensitive, you become more tuned in to not just your own energy, but the energy that is around you. You become more, it's like your sixth sense, really. But there's many more senses than that. There's more than just the five senses and then the sixth. There's so many more on top of that. That is what's happening. You're expanding that awareness, so you become more in tune with things that could be happening, may happen in the future. And that's when people sort of, sometimes people want to give psychic predictions. They might want to get into mediumship. They might want to get into more like sort of healing or psychic healing work, or just healing in general. They might want to live a more spiritual life because they feel more harmonious. And as you feel more harmonious, you feel a sense of purpose to help others to try and find this sense of harmony that you've discovered. And that's kind of like where I was really when I discovered meditation. I discovered Reiki, and I'd had a session of Reiki, and I just thought, what is that? And when I did my first ever meditation, oh my God, that was amazing. Why was it? It was just that few minutes of just total peace in mind, total peace in the body. It never lasted for very long because of my anxiety, but over a period of time and over the years, I've expanded and extended that time to the point where in my 30s, I was trying to meditate for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, really, really long periods of meditation. I don't do anywhere near that length of time now. I do maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and that's enough. Because I've kind of like dealt with a lot of the heavy stuff that I was having to deal with, but I still maintain a daily practice of meditation and self-healing with the Reiki, with the hands-on healing. That being said, I've just uploaded, the channel members will get to see it first, but I've just uploaded a new video which will come out on the, I think it's the it's a week on Friday anyway. I can't remember because I tried to release videos every Monday and every Friday around about 8 p.m. UK time, but I'm that busy I just can't do it. So I'm going to release one longish video once a week, and then I'll do like shorts and bits and lives in between when I can. But that video that is coming out is about self-healing and how you can actually, even though you might not be a Reiki practitioner, but how you can give yourself some healing. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, please do subscribe to the channel and check out that video that's going to come out in about a week's time. What's today's date? So it's Wednesday today. So a week on Friday. This Friday there's a meditation coming out for chakras. So it's a chakra healing meditation. So it's all 7 of your main chakras. That's coming out this Friday. I think it's at 6 p.m. UK time, I think. But if you want to get early access to any of my videos, you can join the membership. It's like a small, I can't remember how much it is, like $3.99 or whatever. And you can get early access to the content if you wish. So that video highlights how you can give yourself self-healing with Reiki. Even though you might not be attuned to Reiki, you can still connect to it, you can still feel it. The only difference being really when you are attuned to Reiki is you have a much stronger, deeper connection, and it's quite profound how the attunement does have sort of a wonderful effect where you do become more sensitive, more in tune with the energy. So check that out. What was I saying? I got distracted talking about that. But so when we're in meditation, that is what's happening. And so this Maharishi effect that I was talking about before, as you're expanding your aura in your meditation practice, what is happening then is your energy is affecting everything around you within meters and meters of where you are, where you're meditating. And there was a video I was just watching this morning where people were demonstrating the Maharishi effect. Your beard looks very well trimmed, sir. Thank you. It's not. It really needs a sorting out, but I'm trying to grow it. I want to look like an old wizard or something, but I don't think I'll get away with it because it just seems to get very curly and very annoying. But thank you anyway. And so there was this lady that was just sat on the edge of this busy pavement. It looked like it was in maybe, I don't know, China, Japan, India. It was somewhere like that because it was very, very busy. There was a lot of people passing by. And then all these other people just came and sat down next to her and just started meditating with her. And more came, and more. So that is the Maharishi effect. That is the effect that you, as a person, can have in the world. So if you just take time out of your day, each day, to meditate, you are having a profound effect, not just on yourself and your own healing journey, your own vibrational journey, your own spiritual journey, but the energy that is all around you, the people that are around you, are being attuned to that energy that you're creating. So it's having a positive effect. And more people now are globally tapping into this art of meditation, of practicing meditation, because they're feeling the effects of it, they're feeling the benefits of meditation, not just for themselves, but they're also seeing how maybe certain people that would have been in their life at one point, because they've started meditating, they've started getting clarity of mind, they're starting getting clarity of the self, their energy, their vibration is changing. So what happens then, if you think of like a photon or a proton or whatever you call them in like physics, they have all these, energy attracts energy, as we say in spiritual circles. You know, your vibration attracts your vibe, and that's why you tend to find clusters of people hang around with each other, because they're all in a similar vibration. As soon as one of those people starts to change their vibration, starts to do something different, something doesn't fit in with what those other people are doing, over time they start to separate and defragment and move away from that circle of people. And that's the effect that you're having. And sometimes when we're going through a spiritual awakening, when we're looking at ourselves, we're doing a lot of healing work, then what is then happening is, because your vibrational shift is changing, your very reality is changing, and the reality of those people that were around you that you once aligned with no longer align with you. So you tend to find a lot of people, when they go through a spiritual awakening, that a lot of people leave. A lot of people that they tend to be alone for a long period of time to focus on themselves, and that is because you're vibrationally changing from what was a known frequency to those people that are around you, and then you're stepping out of that. You're having a newfound sense of awareness, and as that energy shifts, so too do the things that no longer serve you. They fall away, they split. So it could be a way of being, it could be habits, it could be addictions, it could be toxic friendships, toxic relationships. They all start to defragment and sort of destabilize and sort of move away from where you are. So that is kind of like what's happening. So there we go. So the Maharishi effect, meditation, the transcendence of your energy on the collective. And we don't even have to think of on a global scale, really. We can just think on a closer scale, and think of your town, think of your street, think of the people that are around you in close proximity, and the effect that you're having on them just by your very way of being, rather than being reactive to situations, which when you react, you're basically, it says in itself, so someone's act is making you react. So what they've done is making you replay that act. So reacting. So you're just reacting what they've done. Do you still hang out with your schoolmates? I only have one schoolmate that I'm in close contact with, and we maybe only see each other maybe once or twice a year now. We keep in touch via messages and what have you, but that's about it really. But there's the dogs going because the postman's there. But that's about it really. But we have a really, really close connection. We have a really good friendship, and like when we do get together, it's like we've never been apart really, because we've got such a close friendship connection. So yeah, there we go. So I wonder what's getting delivered. Oh, the door's just gone, so it must be something quite big. So there we go. So yeah, do you still hang out with your schoolmates? I didn't have a lot of, to be honest with you, I've not really had a lot of friends as such. I've not really had loads of schoolmates. I was never one that was in like kind of a gang, and I've always been quite selective with the people that I kind of hang out with or associate with or give my, what I would say now, give my energy to. So yeah, and I sometimes do get I get a vibe off people, and if I don't resonate on that vibe, if I'm not on their wavelength, that I don't really I don't associate with them really. So I think my own level of peace, my own level of peace of mind, and is more important to me than doing something just for the sake of doing something, to be a part of a clique or to be a part of a group. And I learned that the hard way back in my sort of mid-20s, where I did a lot of drinking, a lot of all that sort of stuff, and going out and getting absolutely blottoed and bladdered and stuff. And it was kind of like, at that time, it was a social thing to do, but it was also a way of me dealing with my mental health, to the point where I would go and do things, but I was just mentally and physically exhausted. But I did it just because I felt the need to do it, to try and push away like the stuff that was going on like in my mind or what have you. So that being said, over time I've had to learn kind of like the hard way to be able to deal with that, to just say, no, I don't want to do that. And if people aren't happy with that, then that's not my problem, that's their problem. So hello, Redor Sconford. I had Reiki, it made me feel good. Good, excellent. Reiki always makes you feel good. Even though I'm a practitioner and a teacher, I still love going for Reiki treatments with somebody else. Yes, I do my self-healing, but having Reiki from someone else is totally different. It's just a beautiful process where you can just shut off, let go, not let the outside world bother you. And my wife did a Reiki training, or whatever it's called, from 1 to Reiki Master. Oh, good, excellent. It really is a beautiful process, and I love teaching Reiki, and I love seeing the transformation in people and the students during and after their training, and just watching their journey unfold. It really is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, that journey. I was just teaching Reiki level 2 last week on the Friday and the Saturday, and yeah, there's a picture from it actually. There you go. Yeah, and it was absolutely beautiful. She is into spiritual stuff. I must admit, I am more skeptical, but I must admit it makes me feel good, so I take the good from it. You know what? And that's a really, really good way of doing it. You know, rather than putting up the walls and saying, oh, I don't believe in it, yada, 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 just go with it and take the positives from what you can get from it. Because there's so many people out there that would just knock it and say, well, I don't believe it. There's no point in trying it. It's not going to do anything for me. You know, even if you just come away from it feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit lighter, feeling more relaxed in your mind, feeling calmer, then it's done what it needs to do. And I think there's a lot of emphasis. I think people put a lot of emphasis on having some sort of grand, amazing, euphoric experience. But Reiki doesn't have to be that. It can just simply just allowing yourself to just be at ease with whatever is going on, and to just put the outside world aside for the 45 minutes to an hour of the session, and just enjoy that peace, enjoy that time. Which part of the UK are you in? I'm in County Durham, so in northeast England. So yeah, but I do have another course. I have a level 1 course coming up in April as well, end of April, because one of my clients he's felt drawn to want to learn Reiki, and then there's another lady that wants to learn Reiki with me as well, who's from further north than where I am. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I love doing all the courses, but I love getting people onto Reiki level 1, just starting that journey, starting the sort of like seeing the light in people's eyes and in the body, and just the change in mindset, the change in focus. And as that slight change starts to take place, everything just opens up around them. And again, that's a little bit like the Maharishi effect that I've been talking about before, to do with meditation. It's so profound, it really is. And I don't see why people aren't like lapping this stuff up. I mean, I'm passionate about it, absolutely love it. I know that Reiki people seem to all know each other. You're in Manchester. Yeah, we tend to know of each other, or we'll know of different practitioners, or we'll have heard of someone. Is this AI? No, I'm not AI. I am a real person living in the UK, talking about Reiki. I had Reiki from my wife. I could see lots of colours, felt very chilled afterwards. Yeah, colours is usually one of the main things that people experience. Doesn't always have to be. I always say to my clients, even if you just feel very relaxed, then something has happened. But 9 times out of 10, most times people will see some colours. They might feel a gentle warmth or a soothing energy through the body. They might feel tingling around the body. They might twitch a little bit. But that's all totally normal. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely process to be in when you are receiving some healing, receiving some Reiki. It is just so gentle. And like when I first went for my first ever retreatment, really, when I found out about Reiki, I was just thinking, well, how on earth is this going to help me? What on earth is happening? And I think you start to think about, you try to think too much and try to rationalize it too much. And over the years, I've just come to accept and just to acknowledge that something is happening. I don't tangibly know exactly what is happening. But when you look at the science of how energy works within the physical body, the nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, how everything works around your energy and works around your energy systems, and attaching that to the spiritual, more the healing aspect of things. So as you become more relaxed, as you become more calm, then your own body's ability to heal itself improves, because you're not holding on to stress, you're not holding on to worry and anger and fear and doubt and dread and all these lower emotions. You're just feeling more at peace, and from that level of peace, you feel calmer, you feel more centered, and healing is taking place. And it's automatic. I don't think we need to. I don't think we should really be trying to think too much about it, about why, but where's it coming from, and how is it happening, and yada yada yada. Because then it becomes a bit more mechanical, and I personally don't think of it as a mechanical process. I just think of it as a beautiful harmonization of energy between two souls coming together, between two people coming together. So, and it's wonderful that you've got your wife there that's learned Reiki and is able to support you with that. I know a couple of practitioners over that way, like Manchester way, that I've chatted to on social media and on here as well. So yeah, but it's lovely getting to know new practitioners. And it's great to get to know that people are very, very receptive to it and then have felt the benefits of it as well. Do you know Drew or Ethel Kilroy? I don't know. The ones that I know is there's Debbie. I can't remember her surname. Debbie, she's over that way, near Manchester. And there's another lady in Manchester. I think she's called Mandy, I think. But that's the only ones that I currently know of over that way. But there's a lot of Reiki groups on social media and on Facebook and what have you, that there's people from all over the world, all types of different Reiki practitioners, different practitioners that come together. There are lots of them. You are an underground community. We are. There is a lot. There is a lot of us, and it's trying to. It's trying to. Find, and a lot of the time when people are wanting to first have some Reiki, they have to really find which practitioner aligns with them, as well. You never knew about Reiki until you met your wife. Yeah. It really is, for a lot of people, it's still very, very unknown. And I think because something's unknown, many people will just kind of like wishy-washy it and think, oh, well, I don't really understand it. I don't know much about it. I just won't bother. But I think there's so much to be had from a Reiki treatment or from a number of Reiki treatments, or even a meditation practice, just starting your own meditation practice and just connecting to the energy. There is something very, very profound and powerful that just changes a lot within our physiology, within our mindset, within our emotional bodies, and gets you closer to that spiritual energy within you. Yeah. Well, it's a little bit quiet on here today, but I'm having a wonderful chat with you about all that. I'm going to have to go. Nice talking to you. I'll mention you to my wife. Yeah, please do. Send my channel her way and see if she wants to subscribe, or even if she wants to connect and chat sometime via a live or on Zoom or something like that. I'm open to that as well. I'm always open to chatting with practitioners from wherever they are. But yeah, it's been lovely to have you here and lovely to chat. So yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for sharing the word about the benefits and the wonders of Reiki. So thank you. So yeah, it's very, very quiet on here. So we've popped on. I've said what I need to say. Take care. My name is Andrew. Oh well, thank you for being here, Andrew. My name's Ian. It's been lovely to speak with you and connect with you. But yeah, speak again soon. Toodaloo for now. So yeah, so I think I'll head off as well. I've said what I need to, and if nobody's got any questions or anything to add, I will head off. But have a beautiful day wherever you are. Again, if any of the topics that I've talked about today, whether it be with regards to meditation, building a meditation practice, working on your mental health, working on your spiritual practice, then please do subscribe to the channel. Check out my playlist, check out my content, and I will see you in another live or another video very soon. But until then, do take care, and bye for now. Toodaloo.